We are going to demonstrate this programming exercise here, as we can see, the employee and production worker, and we're also going to include the shift supervisor class. This from the chapter Inheritance and demonstration of what I'm going to be doing in PyCharm using Python. All right, so this is going to be the employee, what I call the employee program, I guess. So we put in the class employee, and then the production worker is going to be inheriting the employee, and the shift supervisor will be inheriting the production worker, which has employee. So the base of the employee from this exercise was asked to, let's pull that back up. It states that in the particular factory, yeah, I'm not gonna read it to you, but the basic stuff is gonna be in the employee name, employee number. I also included the setters and getters. I'm gonna go ahead and put this as a tab so it just makes it easier for me once it starts doing. Okay, so as we see, we put in the employee name, employee number, and then we set those in there. Then we went ahead and created our setters and getters or modifiers and what is the accessors. So we also made the class production worker, which is going to be inheriting a lot of the employee class. So it's going to be a subclass of employee. And we are going to include the employee name, the shift number. So the new thing that we're going to actually include is the shift number and the hourly pay rate. So we're going to go ahead and create that. And when we use inheritance, we're going to go ahead and put the employee name and put this initial portion here. And then we just create the setters and getters for the hourly and the shift number. And then we also create a string to return these. I should have actually returned a string of employee as well, but this is more of the abstract. We're not going to be using those for the main program. Next is going to be the shift supervisor. So we're going to go ahead and inherit the product worker. For the product worker, or for the shift supervisor, the new things is we're going to include the shift number and the salary. Or the new two items is going to be the salary and annual bonus. We're going to inherit everything else, but we're going to put the hourly pay rate as none because we're gonna that's its default value because he's the person, the shift supervisor gets paid salary and not hourly. So and then we went ahead and created the constructor. I guess this is the portion of the constructor. The setters and getters, the accessors and modifiers, and then we are including string. So we're going to go ahead and create the program here, and we're going to go ahead and eliminate this portion. We're going to go ahead and zoom in here. And so the main program is going to go ahead, while true, is going to be add a new employee process. So this is the employee process. We're going to import the employee um, program here, or the package. And then we're going to go ahead and display the information of the new employee. And then if add new employee, which is going to be a boolean, is true, then continue to add another employee. If not, then it's going to break out of the whole program and it's going to exit everything. So here we're going to go ahead, and this is, I know we could have broken this down into other functions or methods, or actually functions, because we're not creating a class here. And I'm sorry, it's so dark. Let me turn on that light. There we go. Much better. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead. New employee is gonna be none, and employee. So while true, this is pretty much just the validation portion. So so when we run this program, it's gonna make sure that it's a valid number, and it's gonna be so this is for the value error to check to see if it's gonna be within, or if it's gonna be an integer, and if not, it's going to go invalid entry. It's going to go ahead and restart the whole program, or it's going to go back to the beginning and ask the same question. And after it does validate this portion, it's going to go ahead and make sure that it's within these, whether it's going to be 1 or 2. You know, we could actually have put simplified, no, because of order. So, hmm. If it is okay, I'm thinking in my head. So what I was thinking of is creating maybe something like if one, will that work? Let's see, one worker, two, but that wouldn't make sense. Would it make sense? Equals two. Alright, we're gonna leave it as is for now. But that's what I was thinking of out loud. Just make sure there was a simpler way of creating that. We'll go ahead and clean this up. So, and if it's not 1 or 2, it's going to be not a valid number, and it's going to make sure it's going to restart the whole program. Once it passes all that, it's going to create the employee name, employee number is going to put those inputs while true, and then the shift number, and then of course we have to do the validation again to make sure that it is an integer and not a different character. And then right here is going to be a conditional statement, which is if worker is 1, then we're going to make sure we ask, because the worker is going to be a shift supervisor or a shift supervisor, not a production worker. So it's going to ask different types of questions, which is going to be asking for the salary, and then it's going to ask for the bonus. And if it's not a production worker, then it's going to ask for the hourly pay rate. And then display information is just pretty much printing the new employee, which we saw in the beginning of the string that's going to be printing out. We can see here, yeah, the string here. It's going to print that out, and it's going to print this out for the production worker. And then add new employee, and then it's going to ask, would you like to add a new employee? And it's going to be returning a boolean, and then it's the whole validation. So let's go ahead and run this program and see how this works. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right. Is it gonna work? Let's see. Okay, there it is. Okay, it just took a while to run. Let's go ahead and zoom this in. So, type of worker. Let's make this a supervisor. All right, let's put. I don't know, The Mask. I don't know. I love that movie. All right, employee number 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's gonna be working the day shifts, or actually he works the night shift, right? The Mask. So, and then the salary, he robbed the bank, so let's give him $1 million. And then the annual bonus, he deserves a 10% from that. So let's give him 100,000. There you go. Is that 100,000? I think, yeah, there you go. So I went ahead and printed out every information here. So it's going to be the employee name is the Mask, and then employee numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift, he's going to be working this night shift. And then also I did modify or format it in the way where it's going to put decimals and it's going to put in the commas. And so now after we display the information, would you like to add a new employee? Let's put yes. So yes, so now it goes back, and so let's try the production worker. Actually, let's try this bogus stuff. Invalid entry, right? Let's put this. Let's put 0. It won't let me because I put in the validation. So let's go ahead and put in the production worker. And this is just pretty much taking on string. So let's go ahead and I don't know, Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura, another one of my favorite movies. Let's see. I don't know, 999, I don't know. And then he works during the day mostly, right? So unless he's looking for bats. And the pay rate, I don't know, man, he's priceless. So let's go ahead and give him 50 bucks an hour, I guess. I don't know. Go ahead and pause. Alright, sorry about that. We had a guest speaker over there. Alright, so over here, I put in $50 rate. And so it displays all the information in Ace Ventura, 99, 1, and 50, he makes 50 bucks an hour. So let's go ahead and put some bogus information here. Invalid entry, right? So, and let's put here, no, and then we'll put, and then I made it to the point where we can actually put it capital Y, so it actually lowers it, whether it's going to be a Y or Y, or, so Y is going to ask you the same information. So we'll just go ahead and put some bogus information here. And then, for this one, it should be an invalid entry, correct? Yes. You can put in a float, and then, no, I wouldn't like it. And so that X's out the program. So hopefully you enjoyed my little explanation from the book. Put in some validations, and then it's exits the program, and then using inheritance and using subclasses and actually kind of putting everything together. Of course, there's some goals I wanted to achieve, but I kind of ran out of time. But pretty much named this factory, and then we could have actually broken most of those, probably about 3 functions here. You know, for the validations. But that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and take care.